turning around because we just saw a sign. Looks like diesel is $3.89. We're turning around for that. Could be gas, but that thing says $3.89. We'll find out. We even have a laundromat. Okay, let's see. Let's verify.
$4.61.
Oh.
That's a good price, though.
Oh, it's not $3.89. That's pretty cheesy. You gonna get it anyway?
I'm here.
Okay. We're here. We might as well fill up. Oh, and there's a guy right in the... Go off too far. Oh my gosh. What is he? Oh my gosh. Wow. Whoa.
That's coyote.
What
That's
is it?
flying saucer recovery and repair. That's what that is.
Where are they located?
By Homa.
Laundry done. John thinks we might have lost a couple of socks,
Recruits.
but maybe we'll find them. Now we got to find a place to stay tonight. Chatted with this guy, who's from Spokane, by the way, to find out what the deal is for staying here at this casino called Desert Diamond or Desert Diamond. I don't know what. Diamond Center. So here's the deal, John, because I'm going to send you in.
Okay.
You have to go in the opening, which is right down there where the fountains are.
Okay.
Go to security and tell them you want to stay a night. They'll give you a little tag.
Okay.
He said they may make you take one of their gambling cards. I don't know what it is, but you don't have to pay anything for it.
Okay.
It's just something that, so go in there, he'll give you a tag and you can stay for one night. And there are a number of the other folks. Right, the freeway is over there far enough. We don't much hear it. And there we go. If you're wondering why we chose this place, it's because right down the road is an active copper mine. We don't have reservations for the tour, but they do have a discovery center, and if there's a chance we can get a tour, that would be great. Although someone we met yesterday said that the bus had broken down, so they weren't doing tours, but we'll find out tomorrow.
So here's the deal. It's called the Desert Diamond Casino, and you pick your spot, go talk to security, tell them you want a one-night pass. This is what they give you. You hang it on your rear view mirror. When they come by in the middle of the night and they see this, you won't be bothered.
Okay.
If you don't have one of these, they will bother you.
That's good. Okay, no bother tonight.
And
there's more?
There's more.
Oh.
If something happens and you need help, they want you to call this phone number.
Down there.
Not the Tucson Police Department. Call the security here, because they'll come right out in the golf cart.
Okay. Breakfast burritos coming up. Burrito is ready. Good night's sleep, don't you think? This is a good spot. I'd come back here again. Not in the summer though. And now we are off to, hopefully we can get a tour. I don't know. We can at least go to the discovery center of this mine. Every one of our journeys begins with curiosity. What will we discover? What challenges might we encounter? What will be the lessons we learn? In the next several episodes, I indulge my curiosity about mining. After all, the average person in the U.S. requires more than 25,000 pounds of new non-fuel minerals each year. So over the next several weeks, we'll check out a number of Arizona's mines, both below ground and above. Arizona produces 65% of the nation's copper. We start at the Mission Complex, an open-pit mine 15 miles south of Tucson, the 8th largest copper mine in Arizona and 10th in the U.S., producing 41,000 tons of copper per day. We got the last two seats on the bus. Actually, it's not a bus, it's a van because the buses are down. Because of its properties, like thermal and electrical conductivity and resistance to corrosion, copper ranks third after iron and aluminum in terms of quantities consumed. much was it?
Which I'll point that out once we get to the open mine side. By the way, the fuel tank on one of those trucks today on the 930Es are about 1,200 gallons of diesel fuel.
There are two types of copper ores, copper sulfide and copper oxide, and they require different processing methods. Copper sulfide is what is produced at this mine.
Inside, he's going to be driving on the left-hand side of the road, and there's a really good reason why we do that. Those trucks, as I told you, they're about 3 stories high. They're about 35 feet wide. They have a blind spot in them that's amazing.
It is first crushed.
You'll see a truck just getting ready to dump a load right there. That's a haul truck in that silver building right there.
Then froth floated to make the particles water repellent.
Working properly. And he doesn't have a hard hat on. Anybody want to know why?
It doesn't fall in.
Then air is passed through the mixture, allowing the copper minerals to attach to bubbles and float to the surface. Then the copper-rich froth is thickened into a concentrate, which can be smelted into a pure copper concentrate called an anode slab. Slabs are then further refined through electrolysis, producing copper cathode slabs, which are 99.99% pure copper. The current pit is 2.5 miles long, 1.5 miles wide, 1,200 feet deep, and situated on 20,000 acres.
Those women are driving those haul trucks just like the men are.
The Mission Mine is operating on both privately owned land as well as lands owned by the Tohono O'odham Reservation and pays royalties on the copper extracted there. The mine is expected to produce until 2033.
Onto a bubble. So what they do in the froth flotation, they add air into the tank, they agitate that air, and it forms a bubble. Those rise to the top. In the back, those are the sag mills, the semi-antrogonous grinding mills. Here's the 2 sizes of the balls that are inside of them. The smaller one are on these drums right in front of you. Those are the ball mills. These larger ones are in the sag mills and behind you. Now you see all these tanks, right? They're up and down, and it keeps going through that process. There's one right in front of you there on the right-hand side. You see it bubbling up. If you look underneath here, underneath that top of that conveyor belt, what comes out of that is petalum, gold, silver, things like that. That all comes out of it as a byproduct. 2 million ounces of silver annually.
Beautiful day to be out and about.
They're not huge. I'm gonna have to go bang some more out of there.
Are we allowed to bang?
No, I can't. I can't do that. I wish you could. Save me a whole lot of trouble.
Wow. Oh, those are gorgeous. Thank you. This is where he comes over to pound rocks. Does he get it? He doesn't get it out of here, though. Does he really? No. Wow. Huh. I guess he does. That was definitely worth it. Yes. Highly recommend the tour. It's $17 for seniors. I don't know, is it? $17.50 seniors. I don't know what the other price is. 1 scoop, and they can put 4 scoops in one of those big trucks.
Go inside it.
You think it's okay?
Yeah.
You could live in this thing. Well, look what happened to him. Your shirt's a crack up. I was feeling something on the bottom of my foot, so I took my shoe off. Couldn't figure out what it was. And then I turned my shoe over. And voila! Good old Choya did it again. Choya, all right. Man, what did they do in the old? Oh, that one's in there. I don't. Oh, look at that sucker. Sure have had my share of casualties on this trip. You get them all?
You're a pincushion.
Really? Heading south on Interstate 19, which has the distinction of being the only metric highway in the U.S., you come to a bit of a tourist trap called Tubac. There are two historic properties within a few miles of each other, Tubac Presidio State Historic Park and Tumacocore. On this trip, we decided to visit Tubac and save Tumacocore for another day. The community of Tubac is probably best known for its array of galleries, shopping, art, and dining. That's what attracts most people. But don't let that stop you from continuing down to the Tubac Presidio. Lots of cool stuff. Can't take it home. Tubac Presidio State Historic Park is Arizona's first European settlement and the oldest state park in Arizona. It is also home to the first printing of a newspaper in Arizona, the first fort in Arizona, and the first American mining community in Arizona. So, on top, there's still a little bit of snow left. The Park Museum interprets the history of the Santa Cruz Valley, as well as preserving the ruins of the adobe Presidio, built in 1752. Here's a good arrastra. That fence will keep you out. Working outhouse. Oh, no, they covered it with plexiglass. Is it really? $2,200 and this is yours. Negatory. There's a javelina. There he is. I'm jumping in here to share some information I learned about dispersed camping in Arizona. Arizona has over 9 million acres of trust land. It's not public land, it's trust land. And all the benefits that any money that's made from trust lands goes to support 13 trust beneficiaries, including schools and prisons and other kind of public services. If you go to All Stays and you're looking for campsites in Arizona and you see at the bottom it says this is trust land, you have to get a permit first. Well, this is how you do it. You go online and you go to the web page, and I'll put a link to it in the description box. But you go there and then you fill out the form. You can do it on the same day that you want to find dispersed camping. But I suggest you don't do it until you've actually found a camping spot. But it's about $20 for a couple. And then there's a $1 processing fee if you do it online. They do have an office, so I guess if you do it at their office, it's $20. But I went ahead and got the permit. It's good for a year. And then we proceeded to drive up this road where there were supposed to be a number of dispersed camping spots. But everything was full. So we didn't actually end up getting one of those, and decided to go back to the casino where we had spent the night before. But and that worked out fine. But it is good for a year, so I think we'll probably be able to use it in a future trip to Arizona. But I wanted you to know that That's how it works in Arizona on state trust land. And then the last thing I want to share with you before I close out the video is that I joined the Rock and Gem Club that Connie had joined earlier. And we went over to, there's a place once a month where you can go and either cut your rocks or polish them or whatever. So I took some of the rocks that we had collected on our trip out to Blythe, and I chopped those in half and polished a few, although I noticed when I got home I really needed to do more polishing. But I wanted to show you what they look like. So I'll insert the video of the stuff that I worked on over the weekend. That's it for now. We will see you next week.